Okay, let's see what we got. Let's go to here. Get this going. Thought I was in the wrong spot at first. Make sure my sound is on. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. The tag. Okay, save that and we're good to go. All right, so let's jump out here. What do we see this morning? Let's go ahead and go over to our scanner. The one that is sitting out on the scanner today is WHLR. WHLR leading the day. Does not have day one catalyst right now, but it is up 128% with going towards 6 million shares traded. We'll see how that goes. Looking at previous movers though, we have well, let's just look at WHLR and look at the setup right here. Came from $3.45 and all the way up here to $9.52. Things that were moving the other day, APVO has continued to chop down. After they did that offering, they got so high up here and then did an offering. This is the one that I was trading during the last stream, and they had a nice move, but man, that thing slammed down and gave back everything. So I got my piece and got on out of the way. Let's go ahead and clear that one off. GALT was another one. These folks were working on they're working on studying the high rate of young people getting cancer. That was GALT. Another one that popped up was Really, RELI. I did not trade this one because it did not have I think it had either too much competition on the day or it didn't have a day one catalyst. It was one of those two. It's the reason I did not touch that one. Then we got IMRX, which came up to these highs, dipped down, came back up, and it is sitting at $2.66 right now. So that one's still floating around the scanner. I don't know if it had any news though. Let me see. IMRX. Okay, they were working on pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer, IMRX. All right. Either way it goes, I'm gonna be looking at the most obvious stocks first, not to trade them, but to just see like what they are and what they could do for me. So let's go look at WHLR's profile. Okay. Headquartered in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Willer Real Estate Investment Trust, Inc. is a fully integrated, self-managed commercial real estate investment company focused on owning, leasing, and operating income-producing retail properties. with a primary focus on grocery anchored centers. WHLR's portfolio contains well located, potentially dominant retail properties in secondary and tertiary markets that generate attractive risk adjusted returns. WHLR common stock Series B convertible whatever. All right. So it is based out of New York. No. Where's this thing based out of? WHLR. Okay. Where's your? Okay, Virginia Beach. Okay, Virginia. I did read that at the beginning. Full-time employees 56. Let's see who the holders are on this one. Holders, UBS Group. So no really big holders in there. That's probably why it's able to move so volatilely or be so volatile. Come back over here and look at, let's look at some of the key data here. So there's a low float, under 1 million shares in the float. So people are attracted over there, but no day one news, which is why it's probably having a little bit lighter volume. And it's real estate. So, you know, low float real estate, I mean, it's not doing everything. Let's go look at the daily chart for this. Daily chart. So it came up here from 340 and it is trading around 769 right now. Right at this top up here somewhere. It hit a top of 960 though. So that was $9. So no real obvious place here on no obvious place on the daily. So let's go and look at the 15-minute. Good morning, Drifter in the building. Yes, sir. Let's go. And we're looking at WHR because it is the most obvious. Not saying it is the best thing to trade, but it's the most obvious right now. On the 15-minute, looking for obvious things. Let's see, hit a high up here of 959, had a level here of 905. That became a little bit of an issue. I think it's probably going to stay that way. All right, what is this? 959. This is on the 15-minute. Unconfirmed level. Unconfirmed outside resistance since this is moving away from it. Okay. So that's a 15-minute. Let's go over here to the 5. Came down here to 720 a couple times. Let's look back at the 15-minute. What does it look like? Yeah, 725. And has wicks going both ways with 125% up. The week has been going good. The month has been going good. I have been trying my hardest, my best to stick to the rule set, sticking to those parameters that I'm looking for, sticking to that day one catalyst, and it has actually been working out pretty good. And my trading week is reflecting that, especially, you know, I'm making more on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then Fridays I have to stick to the day one catalyst. If there is none, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I think I'm good on the day. I'm not looking to trade anything that's not having day one catalyst. Last Friday, I traded something without a day one catalyst, just kind of jumped into it, and then I saw something actually move with catalyst on Friday, and I was like, bruh, why? Why couldn't I just wait? Why couldn't I just wait? And that's what I'm thinking about right now, looking at WHLR. I jumped into something, but it just wasn't worth it. And the thing that I jumped into was just on sentiment of war. I was like, oh, okay, war, it may go up. Nah, it didn't. Nah, it didn't. It left me just looking at my computer screen like, okay, all right, that happened. But recapping, this week and all of that stuff, I have been marking up my charts. This is where we're sitting right now on my calendar there. So last week traded, and you can see what I put on there. Not a day one catalyst. Trading a stock with too much competition. Those were my mistakes last Friday. I'm using TraderSync journal. That's my journal that I use, and it gives me a lot of tools to, insight into what I'm doing and how my trading's going. I can go over here. They have the overview, they have the snapshot, um, they have the like the time periods and all that stuff. The evaluator drawdown, two drawdowns that I had this month. One was down 82, and then one was down 167. That was the biggest drawdowns of this month. Hourly trading. So basically, I made a little bit of money up here at 6 o'clock, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So as long as I'm trading the those day one catalysts, I've noticed that I could pretty much come in at any time. Because I remember, I think it was one of these days, I came in the morning, made some money, came back during lunchtime, made some money, came back during aftermarket and made some money. So if you have the right catalyst and all that stuff, it can actually be an all day trader. Let's see, weekdays and all that good stuff. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. Yeah. And then they have the AI assistant, which you can ask different questions like, what's making me lose, or when you get your charts marked up, or you get your setups and your mistakes on here, you can ask you, hey, what mistakes are causing me the most money? What's costing me here? And it'll go through with AI and it'll tell you. Um anyway, back over here to the scanner, and back over here to the overall chart. Be looking at this one until it fails and something else pops up. Something else pops up. There's no rush. It's Friday. Is either news is gonna drop or it's not. You know? And today is the 20th, so we still have how many trading days in this month? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days left in this month. So plenty of opportunity going towards the end of the month. So definitely just want to play defense until we have to or need to play offense. All right, let me jump over here and look at what the overall market is doing on today. Looks like we had a little bit of a move down and a pop up back to this gap fill level. It's just loving trading around these gap fill levels here. We had one back from January 31st, one from January 26th, and one from December 2024 that it's just been trading around, staying in these levels, and I'm okay with that. Let's look at what oil is doing over here. Oil has come back to around 74. So double topped at 77, came down here and triple bottomed around the 69s, and has walked back up here almost to the 75s. It did touch the 75. It looks like it became a little bit of resistance. We'll see if any energy stocks want to pop up today. Let's also go look at the front page of Yahoo. Let's go see what people are seeing. All right, so Trump's mixed message on ICE raids are sowing confusion. Okay. Trump holds off strikes to give talks time. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it is a unnecessary war to enter in because they've been warring for so long. Over there in Israel and Iran, it's just like, bruh, they're just going to keep on doing this thing. They're going to keep on hitting them back and forth, no matter what. Because when people die, their grudge is created, or there's been a grudge anyway. But you know, more fuel on the fire. And I don't think helping one side or the other is going to significantly increase the chances of it ending. It's kind of like if you're a politician or government trying to intervene in a gang warfare, right? Like two gangs, you're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna help one side and the other side will back down, right? Nope, they will not. The Fed is also in a wait and see mode about AI taking jobs. Audi could build plant in U.S. to placate Trump. Okay. Amazon puts in $4 billion to help build South Korea's biggest data center. Okay, that may actually let me go look at the news feed over here. News feed, what's popping up? Okay, so I do see Nvidia up here in the news feed of today. It says, has Europe already lost the AI arms race? SoftBank pitches US AI hub to TSMC. Hyperscale data subsidiary BitNow accepting Trump meme coin. Yeah, so those are the main ones I'm seeing right now. Okay. Me and Mike D, we were looking through some stocks on Friday, or not Friday, Thursday or whatever, and I saw Energizer. Energizer was falling because they got sued. Let me go to Energizer. ENR. Energizer got sued for, I guess it would be defamation, or I don't know what you would call it, because they claimed that their batteries were 10% better than Duracells, and Duracell was like, you don't have any claim for that, and so they sued them, and the price dropped. So Energizer came down here to under $20. I was like, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm definitely keeping eyes on that one. I have not entered Energizer yet. It is a dividend paying stock. Let's go to dividends and see what it's doing over here on dividends. What does Energizer's dividends look like? Payouts, go to all payouts. Okay. Energizer started paying out dividends in 2015, 25 cents quarterly. And since then Since then it has been growing, 29, 30 cents, 30 cents, 30 cents. And it has been consistently 30 cents. Now we're gonna see, as these prices drop down, let's go over to look at Energizer real quick. ENR. So right now it's at 19.99. Let's go look at the daily chart on Energizer. Definitely looking at this, man. All right, so the highs up here is $65.57, and it was continually just building up. Had these little uptrends in here, hitting bottoms down here like 28 and going up, and then You know, it had a little drop through that level. Kind of made some lower lows there. And then broke down to 25s down under 20. So I'm definitely looking for that one for a little bit of recovery, but I have not entered this one yet. It will be a dividend play, maybe a short-term swing and then a longer-term dividend play, depending on how far it falls. But yeah, I'm definitely got my eyes peeled on that one. Got my eyes peeled on that one. Good morning, Donnell. It's almost 9 minutes till 6:30. And WHLR still, we could say it's sucking up volume, but even though it has the volume and all the things today, it's only got 6 million shares and the volume is slowing down on it on WHLR. It's a real estate company with no day one news today. So if it's going to be the leader on today, I will have a no trade day. Looking for something with news today. I'm getting better and better at calling those no trade days early. You know, if it's this type of movement, this type of action, and people want to fall in love with it, I'm cool. If this is what they love, I don't want to be with that crowd. I don't want to be with that crowd. It's not even moving anymore. Let me go look at this over here. Trading view. We got Bitcoin still hovering that 105 level. And got a lot of things down here, but I'm just glad, like, with investing and all this stuff, some of this stuff just stays at one price for so long. It just allows you to just collect and collect and collect. And when it does go up, boy, it rips. But I want to get in position. Definitely, we're how long has Bitcoin been out? Bitcoin's been out since what, 2015, and it's been 10 years, and it's been holding up levels, holding up levels, holding up levels. And so, just getting on the wave with some things that have good product. I was about to say products, projects, and basically the projects that I focus on in crypto are cybersecurity, energy efficiency, um, whether that's like solar or you know some type of other way to efficiently manage the energy and mining and all of this stuff, all of these computations. I like things that are in the automotive realm, and that was cybersecurity, automotive, real estate too. Um, and what else? Those are the main ones I can come up with off the top of my head. Those are the main ones. But yeah, I think something else is probably moving right now. It just hasn't met the criteria yet. It'll come up here. Criteria is be over $2, have 1 million shares, be up 20%, have R vol of 5, be on the move, and have a catalyst on the day. Don't forget that. That's step one. 795. Hopefully you guys had a nice little break yesterday on this short week. Time to think and reflect on everything that's been going on in this month and all of that stuff, all the catalysts we've seen, and you know the bigger overall catalysts as well. We got another one popping up with news from today. It is JFBR. It is not the most obvious stock, but it is added to the list. JFBR up 32%, just hit 1 million shares traded. Okay, so we'll see if it runs by WHLR at 6. It's on WHLR only has 6 million shares. Let's go look at the daily chart and see if we can find any obvious levels here. And also, let's look at the catalyst. What is this catalyst? So it's Jeff's Brands and Impact Acquisitions receive approval from TSX Venture Exchange for Fort Products merger at a valuation of up to approximately $15 million. Oh boy, look at where this news is coming from. Oh Israel. Oh ye Israel. Absolutely not. I'm not trading it. All right. Well, these top two, Willard, WHLR does not have a day one catalyst. JFBR does, but it's from Israel. So leaving that one right on where it is. I'm cool on that. Y'all can have that. JFBR is trading at it started on yesterday's or whatever other day's close at 652. It is trading up here at 9 something. Somewhere up in here, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I like my money. So we'll see if something can overcome these two, WHLR, and JFBR. If y'all are seeing anything else other than these two, definitely throw it in the chat and let's go look at it. It looks like it's becoming a 20% struggler too. Barely getting over that 30%. This ATR high here is pretty much it's 30% mark. And it's becoming a 20% struggler. So not gonna get trapped on that. This is the 5 minute. Look at these wicks already. Wicks. Look at the 1 minute. Look at this. Oh man. The further I go in, the more I hate the look. Look at all that. Trash. Yeah, this one might just go on down back under 20%. I mean, I'm just looking at these wicks. Like if you bought breakouts or whatever, you would have really got hurt, especially on this one. 827, big slam. Little fake jumps all the way back. That's just unnatural movement. All the way back over 813, all the way up here to 955, then a slam again. So if you bought late, you still got hurt. Yeah, that's not my type of trading right there. Not my type of trading. Barely making 2 million shares traded as a let's go look at this. So over here, it's got the share float that we kind of like to see. Both of them have the art ball. Both of them have at least 1 million shares traded. But the news, that's the only thing that's killing these. News and location on JFBR. The 1 minute almost looks like a head and shoulders pattern. Got slammed back down here to what could be a possible shoulder. Right here. Got a head right here. And what could be another possible shoulder right here. Don't know if that's true. We'll see if it can break out there or whatever. But right now it is looking like a head and shoulder. On the 1. Let's look at the 5. Opened up the new candle. Lower high. High of this was 876. The ATR high is just becoming a problem for it. WHLR still winning in the volume arena. About to get 7 million on the board. Just got 7 million. Still up 120%. So no matter what a JFBR does, it's still in the secondary position on the day. Look at all these false breakouts. False breakout right there. I mean, there's a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 false breakouts just on this 1 minute candle, or these 1 minute candles here. It's only been trading for what, 6 o'clock it got going. About 35 minutes and 7 false breakouts. That's not good. Just got another pop. Let's see what just popped up. Thought I got something. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, so don't know if this is the actual head and shoulders, but it definitely looks like it. With especially with all those false breakouts. WHLR has this bottom down here. And let's see. So it has a slight uptrend. We'll see if that breaks down. Once these uptrends start to break down, then I'll have more assurance for something that actually has a catalyst on the day. It's kind of bad placement there. All right. So let's see it break down this level of the 7. Just get below 7, actually. We'll be good to go there. JFBR did take another little dive down under the ATR highs here. See if it continues to break down. Break down under 8. 10 cents away. So just expecting that breakdown at some point towards the open. And you know, this one may even do some pops back up to the highs, but I'm thinking it could break down this level. And this one is starting to close right at that ATR high level, right under it. 820, it's like 820s is the level there. Just need these continued breakdowns. Need the first red 15-minute candle here. This thing barely getting to 2 million shares traded. Okay, let's see. So it says got a couple more news of. Oh, that's what that ding was. It was a news update. I was thinking it was a new stock. No, it's new news update. So we got Tesla could reach 2 trillion in market cap by end of 2026. We got Jeepus, GUPS up 37%, but it has not hit the scanners yet. Maybe it doesn't have enough volume. I don't know. And then JFBR. So let's go look at what Jeepus is doing. GPUS. It's got 13 million shares. And okay, that's the meme coin thing. Okay. I thought that was on another ticker. See, Hyperscale, G Plus, they diversified. Today announced that the Trump meme coin is now an accepted payment method on BitNow. Players can now use Trump to purchase coin packages and all of this stuff on BitNow. Cool, cool. Happy to provide players. Right. So, yeah, that one hadn't popped on yet. It's up 20%. It has 1 million shares traded, but maybe it's the RVOL that's throwing it off. I don't know. Be up here in a little bit if it keeps on doing that. Oh, look at it though. This is Jeepus. Came down from $1 or started at $1.68. Popped all the way up here to 316. Came back and crashed down. This ATR high came back above it, and it continued to find resistance right there at that 250 level. All right. Well, it hasn't popped on the scans yet, so I'm not going to put it on there until it actually accomplishes something. For a breakdown of 7 over here, but it's running out of volume to even break down. Yeah, both these are kind of weak. Kind of weak. Trying to press back towards that $8 level. $8 breakdown. Kind of the same pattern that we saw on Jeepus coming up to this ATR high, failing. Jump back out here to ENQ. Started pumping up for some reason. Back up towards these levels, so it made a high of 21,900. Got over that, almost to 21,950. And throwing wicks up there now for some reason. Oh boy, that's more than a wick. Wow, just wow. NQ just powered through both of these. I saw it moving. I was like, what is wrong with this? Okay. Well, that's some big motion on the NQ. Big bullish motion before the market opens. But we know most of the times on Fridays we see consolidation after these moves. So definitely be careful on that. But that was big. That's a $40, $50 move right there. Or more up here to the 2200s. That looks like a good sign for next week, though. It getting this big bullishness. If it can hold it up. Well, as soon as I say if it can hold it up, it snapped back down. Oh, this is a 1 minute. Okay, let me go to 15 minutes. I'm looking at a smaller time frame. Okay, that's why. Okay. Still though, that's a pretty bullish motion there on the 15. Still trading in this gap fill level. Like Jeepus going on back down to the graveyard. Wow. Yeah. That's why I was kind of looking for it to pop on the scans. Because if they haven't popped on the scans, it's not, their strength just isn't there. And under 2 is definitely done. Only up 28% with 13 million shares traded. JFBR 15 minute definitely not looking great. Closing below this ATR high once again. How much time does it have on this one? It's got quite a bit of time there, but definitely wicking and lower highs. WHLR, we're just waiting for it to break down and give over to something else better. JFBR is about to jump off the scanners. It's going towards 20%. It's about to leave. Too weak. Too weak. It's looking like it's going to be a 20% struggler for today. Mm-hmm. 5 minute looking deadly on this one. JFBR. We spotted that head and shoulders, what looked like head and shoulders on the 1 minute. And it's just been walking its way down since then. Came back up here and tested the shoulder area. It's looking like it's walking down at this point. About to go under 20% here if it breaks on down under 775s. We have about 8 minutes to the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. See if any new news drops, because these definitely don't have a lot of volume. Some other low float with the catalyst can easily run past these, so that's what I'm waiting on. Okay, looks like AIFF popped up some news. Firefly neuroscience researchers uncover powerful new way to objectively measure or way of objectively measuring SCD, MCI, and dementia. It's up 23%, but has not exactly popped onto the scans yet. So, but at least we saw the news for it. AIFF. Let's go look at this chart. AIFF. So this is that one. Looks like news on today. How much volume does it have? 2 million shares, and it's actually kind of running up on the volume too. All right, let's go look at the AIFF. All right, so JFBR is falling off the map. Oh, wrong one. Need to see your catalyst for today news. All right, so press release for today. Research and support combines whatever with whatever. Okay. All right. Let's see where you're located. AIFF. Where are you based out of? Out of Kenmore, New York, Firefly Neuroscience, a medical technology and artificial intelligence company, provides neuroscientific solutions to provide brain health outcomes. All right, so this one looks a little bit better. Okay, so we'll see if this one can get fired up. Based out of New York. Okay. What's the it's only up 23%, but that could change very quickly. Yeah, I think it's gonna change very quickly. The previous high 377, high of 420s up there. All right, before we jump into this, let's actually jump out to the daily chart. And we can see it was trading at $3 at the close of whenever. Has a previous level up here of the 428s, 420s. So that's where it actually tapped up there. Let's go ahead and throw that price level in there. And see if we can decipher some type of uptrend here. It does look good. It's up 20%. And it is a previous popper out here on the looks like it went up to 18 something dollars the last time we saw it. So yeah, definitely not looking horrible here with news on today. All right, so we'll mark this as a daily level of 420, daily unconfirmed resistance, daily unconfirmed resistance. Daily cut. We'll see if that ends up joining the scan because it hasn't yet. JFBR down to 12%. AIFF just wants to be a 20% struggler though. That's not going to be good, and it may be something that's going to move later on in the day. May need to grind up, but has not hit the scans as of yet. Has 3 million shares traded, so it's already over JFBR. And let's see if it can take over WHLR. It's got 3 million shares, 3 million shares to get to WHLR, but now it's under 20%. So it may be something to watch. It's got news on today. Definitely gonna keep it in the realm, but it's under 20% right now. Gotta identify the uptrend, man. I'll be right back. So at the first little tap down here, it's at 19%. Just start identifying that uptrend. Let me see if any other news has dropped out here. Nope, that's all I see. Got the NVIDIA news I looked over earlier. G-Puss that went down. Yeah. Jump over here to the 15-minute. So looking at AIFF, had a high all the way up there. Came back down to the 350 level. So I'm thinking I'm gonna give it some time to try to hold up 20%, but at this point it's almost over WHLR in volume. It's got 6 million shares traded going towards 7, and WHLR only has 8 million. Definitely walking it down. WHLR is looking back towards this trend that we were looking for it to break down, just absolutely rupture, but it hasn't done it yet. Now AIFF under 15%. So that is not what we want to see at all. Let this candle see if this slips under 342 here. So we need to be breaking over all of this up here. Let me go back to the 15-minute. So it's just sitting right there on the body of that candle. BBIG or BBGI popped up, but no day one news on that one. Maybe some news will drop later on. I put it on the watch just to see. Whoa, did it do a round trip? It did do a round trip. BBGI went up there to $8 and now it's down to 493 round trip, and now it's sitting at 5%. Taking that one on off. Crazy, the one that I thought was gonna be something on today is just not. Let's go read that AIFF news one more time. Did it have SEC filing today as well? We had one earlier this month on the 16th, 4 days ago. SEC filing. So they entry into a definitive agreement pursuant to which the company agreed to issue and sell 2 million units at a purchase of $3 per share. Okay, so it's above $3 right now. Okay. So $3 is one level, $3.50 on these warrants, and $4. So between 350 and 4, and it looks like it already did all of that. Okay. Well, if it still hasn't popped up on the scans, you know, it is what it is. JFBR down to 10%. AIFF. So really just haven't found anything that is moving like we like it this morning. Or not just moving like we like it, but you know, the other criteria as well. AIFF has about less than 2 million shares to catch WHLR. All right, so we want to see if this thing is really weak or if this thing can hold up some type of uptrends. Came down here to the 3, whatever this is. And we'll see if it starts to just consolidate through this trend or actually start holding up. But it's got a lot of work to do. It's at 19% right now. Will it be a 20% struggler? I hope not. Hope to see it over 20 and start to just climb, but it's Friday. No rush. Want to identify those uptrends. I've noticed since I've stopped identifying so much of the downtrends, and just trying to look for these uptrends, you know, I'm looking for, especially on stock like this, I'm looking for longs to fall into a trap, right? They get slammed on. And then the big longs come in and jump into that trap for the move higher. That's what I'm really looking for. So right now we got a little bit of an uptrend, and where would longs be like, oh my gosh, I need to sell. I need to sell this, is what I'm trying to figure out. All right, back over 20%. Okay. Okay. AIFF looking like it only has a million to catch up with, a million shares to trade to catch up with WHLR, and it's going to take the lead as far as volume goes. But the percent gain is still looking like a 20% struggler at 21%. Hmm. Still running up on WHLR here. Has room back down to this level of the 350s. It's on a lower high right now. And once it passes WHLR, I'm not worried about WHLR anymore. This one will be the one that's becoming the most obvious, especially if we can get over 20%. There's 25%, but still showing that 20% struggle. What's the float of this one too? AIFF. Float is looking like sure a little bit over 10 million on this one. So it could be a grinder. It could be. Glad I looked at that float. It definitely could be a grinder here. It's about to pass WHLR here, less than 50,000 shares or so. So that's why it's not moving as, as a super small float, because it's out of the realm of those, it's above 10 million shares traded. So may have to grind its way up. And 30,000 shares to get there, and it's going to take the lead on the day in volume. And come on. All right. It just passed it. Just passed the volume level of WHLR. So if nothing else pops up, AIFF will be a pretty good target for today. But it is on a higher float. Do you make a lower low there? Still has room back down to the 350s. Yeah, WHLR definitely falling behind here. WHLR did come down here and tap this little level here. So those are the two I see right now that could possibly give any type of action. Is AIFF and WHLR. And AIFF struggling to hold up that 20 again. Hmm. Yeah, I'll wait till after the open. If I'm gonna attack AIFF, I need to do it after the open because right now it's just grinding. Could it go back up here and retest $4? Possibly. But I'm identifying these little imaginary trend lines to see what starts to become reality. So at this point, I do see higher lows, lower lows, and just watching these bottoms here to see if it trades through this trend line and just consolidates. WHLR maybe jumping back up to the lead if it keeps on popping up like this. Continues to test that little trend we put down there. Come up here and find resistance around 775s. Did not have a day one catalyst on this one. But it is a low float. Under 10 million in the float. Under a million in the float, actually. See if it trades back under 350. Starts to work its way down here to this breakdown of 350. What's the ATR on this one? Not sure yet. The closing ATR for Thursday was 21 cents on it. WHR on the other hand, or WHLR on the other hand, has a ATR of $1.08. So yeah, the range, could happen, but man, maybe they're gonna do a news drop or something that they're actually doing something, but it's a real estate company. That's the only other piece of information. I'm like, I don't know if that can, I don't know, man. Real estate, point of control at 371 on AIFF. Just looking for it to come back down here again to 350. It continue to get knocked down here. Up 24%. Both of them doing these little snatchbacks. AIFF almost to 10 million shares traded. Plenty of wicks. Plenty of wicks though. So you get on back down here. Okay. Is that a lower low? Almost. Getting a little spicy around there. We're going to see if it continues to just consolidate and move down. Alzheimer's, dementia. Let's see what else is working on. So, mental disorders today highlighted a leap forward in Alzheimer's research to distinguish. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's news. Okay. News feed. Something else just popped up there. So after AIFF, Google one last ride in a NYC horse elevator. I don't know what that actually means. And Circle also popped up here. SRCL. Circle shares extend their rally after the Senate passes landmark stablecoin bill on Circle. I'll throw all of that on the watch. We'll go look at that. Circle. Except for Google. I don't really care about Google, but Circle. Let's go see what that's talking about. Oh, JFBR just jumping in and out. Back up to JF. Just not able to survive. Popped up shortly to 20%, but yeah. It's popping back and forth, becoming a 20% struggler. Circle passed a stablecoin bill. Top side was 235. Actually, what is the overall market? Is it still up after that move it made up? Let me see. That's a spy. I want the NQ though. Okay. Just barely holding on up there. Right under 22,000. Not super impressive. Let's look over here. WHLR finally coming back kind of strongly towards this trend, looking like it wants to break it on down. Let's jump back over to AIFF. Third time coming here. And it made a higher low than this level here of the trend. And I'm just looking for it to just consolidate across this trend back to 350s. 350s. Because there's not been a major drop that will make buyers say, oh my goodness, I need to get in this. But there have been some pops that make shorts say, oh my goodness, I need to get in this. Like these little pops up here. So I'm looking for a short trap to set up if it's going to set up. But we have this imaginary trend line that we want to see break down. Circle has 7 million shares traded on it. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it like an IPO or something? Yeah, it went from 80 bucks up to 200 bucks. Yeah, I'm definitely probably not playing with that today. WHLR continues to look like it wants to dive. Come on. Just holding up its imaginary trend line, waiting for it to break down. Oh boy. So 3 times fell in this level. Are there any obvious things on the 15 now? So we had a obvious level of the 370 holding it down on the 15 minute. 370, 369. Mark that up. So we got level 15-minute unconfirmed, 15-minute unconfirmed resistance. That 370 level. Go down to the 5 and to the 1. So right back on that imaginary line. This was the level that was causing it all those issues at the 370. Let's see if shorts can get pushed out. But they do get pushed out, it's gonna be going probably, if it takes a big dip here, it might go under 15%, maybe even under 10%. So that's gonna be bad for momentum traders, seeing that go down there, because you really want to see a hold above 20 strong. It's just not doing it. It's just not doing it. WHLR, did you finally break? Yes, it did. Broke down our imaginary line there. Let's see how far it goes. It has a bottom down here of $7, 30 cents away from that $7 level. Previous little stick through came down to the 350s down here. Mm. 730. This thing still hasn't reached the R bar that I'm looking for. Hadn't popped on the scanner yet. Not once this morning. But I've been watching it, which I probably shouldn't be. AIFF reached 10 million shares traded. So the more it doesn't move up and the more shares that it gets in these little positions here, the more thickly traded it gets. So on the open, you'll see it wick and do all that stuff because their orders, stop orders, sitting all out here from shorts and longs, and it's getting more and more thickly traded in these areas. The point of control right here has moved down to where we saw that problem of resistance right there. It's 369, it's 370. So right around that level is where the point of control is sitting. And then below that, I don't know what it wants to do. I don't know what it wants to do. But yeah, this is Friday trading for you. Where is that heat? Where is that? Where is that pop? All right. AIFF back down to the 350s, only up 17%. That is not what we wanted to see. But what we can do once these candles close up is if it can stay above 342, could form another type of uptrend. We can use this upper uptrend as a form of resistance. So if it meets up here at 369 and the trend is there, could be a good destination to sell. But it may not even get back up there. I want to see if it can crack down this 350 though. It's been trying. Both of these are entering into some very long consolidation that I don't like. Circle doing its thing up here. I don't know. I guess with it doing all of this motion from $80 up to $200, $40 move. I don't know who's going to be more willing to attack it today, the shorts or the longs, but it is up quite a bit. May need a little bit of rest because I know that ATR has to be crazy if it's up this much. WHLR coming back up and testing that little imaginary, looking like it's trying to make it into some type of resistance. Now we have a little bottom at 350. Will it go ahead and invalidate this? So we had a previous bottom right here at 340. Have a level up here to the 350s. Looking for it to invalidate and go ahead and break down at 350. WHLR did find resistance up here at our imaginary line, so it came up, and there were a lot of hopes and dreams around this line, and bloop, right on down. So we'll see if it can start to break down the 725s and get on down towards $7. Circle is up 15% on the day. 7 million shares traded on it. Let's see, that sounds like news. What news was that? Lucy Innovative Eyewear partners with Smart Tech to showcase Reebok Smart Eyewear. Okay. So that's just a partnership. I don't know. WHLR hit the imaginary line, hit it on down right there. And AIFF looking like it wants to do the same thing. Circle back up to the highs of it looks like it's gonna get over it. Back up to the high, or it's already over the highs. 231.31, looking for a breakout of 231.45. And the NQ continues to push up as well. It's down here. Whoops. 15 minutes. It's down here, huddled around this level, popped up, and looks like it wants to hold up those 22,000s for today. Okay, looks like we're going towards the 725s very slowly. $7 is that definite point of weakness. Oh, AIFF popped back up to 60. All right, let's look at that. It's coming up there, trying to test this level, but let's see if that becomes resistance there at the what is it, 66? 66. See that resistance hit right there. The point of control just moved down to 364. So some more people seem to have taken some positions or something got hit around this 360 level. See if it snaps back down off that imaginary. So this is the line that it was having all those issues with, 369. Tap 369. Is it going to get a big pullback here? Back under this level of the 365s. There it is. See if they can continue to push it down. About to close this candle in about 15 seconds. Still a lower high consolidation. Open up a little bit higher above that level. Let's see if it slams back under it. Point of control back, jump back up, and a little bit of weakness around that 369 level. So finding some resistance up there at our imaginary line for sure. Bang, bang, coming back into the levels down here. Being a 20% struggler. So for pre-market, small caps have been pretty dry. WHLR was the only real small cap that we saw, or micro cap rather. And now this one may be a grinder throughout the day, but it is definitely facing some issues here, trying to hold up this 350. Woo. Okay. I bet the shorts got punched in the mouth right there. Lordy, lordy. Wow. Really gonna hold down like this? See how this candle closes. So this will be 5 attempts to get over the 369. Oh, whoa, what's going on with that? What's going on there? Okay, new candle opening up under this level. So yeah, and all it needs to do is break down this 362, and it's gonna be Lucy just popped up. Now it actually came on the scan. It does have news on today. Let's look at Lucy. Lucy, innovative eyewear. Oh, this is a partnership, right? Shares trading higher after the company announced a partnership with Smart Tech Retail. 4 million shares. I don't know if I want to play with a partnership today. So a whole lot of questionable tickers popping up here. Circle continued to go up, broke out of this high and continues to push up. It's got 7 million shares traded, but it's still not leading the day in volume. WHLR right above that 725. We've been waiting for it to crash out. Just hasn't yet. Let's look at if any more news has popped up. Lucy, yeah, all right. Lucy just cannot seem to hold that 20% up. That's why it keeps popping on and off like that. AIFF. We have a definite level here of the 370s. We have an imaginary level down here. If it can start breaking down and showing us weakness, we can look for maybe another uptrend somewhere else. But yeah, it's going to be slipping further and further. Oh, wow. There's a little dip off of there. Down there to that level. 350 coming into practice very quickly down here. Mm. 350 looking like it's about to get hammered. All right, Lucy. Oh, wow. Lucy, you look ugly. Lucy, what happened? 420. I guess people read the news, huh? They're like a partnership. Ugh. Let's go actually read the news before I make a definite statement like that. Let's go see what the news is talking about. Okay, so Newswire, innovative eyewear, Lucy partnership. This showcase will launch July 22nd, 2025. So we got a month before it even happens. Okay. And no money talks. Interesting. Definitely not interesting to me. All right, back over here to AIFF. Has held this imaginary multiple times now. See if it continues this consolidation. Looking for the break where shorts, where longs get trapped in here, and then new longs want to buy in if possible. WHLR coming back up to the imaginary line again, 2 taps, actually almost 3 taps at that imaginary line, and continue to find some type of resistance there. So waiting for that breakdown as well. Circle about to be up 17%. Maybe a good short coming into the open. Little quick scalps. Lucy. You're not gonna work for me. I'm gonna take you off. Another one just popped up. NTCL. No news on today. It may be doing a round trip. NTCL. Let's go look at that. Maybe doing a round trip here. Yeah, looking like it. Popped up there to 350 and came all the way back. So, how much volume you got? You got 4 million shares traded. Or no, wrong one. NCL. You got 2 million shares traded with no news on the day. Gonna leave you down there in the dumpster where you belong. AIFF did not break down once again. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times that it has not broken down, but continues to find some type of resistance here at the 369. Ten seconds left on this candle. Let's see if we can start breaking down at 360s again. Opened up, and all we need is a 360 break. So we got 1, 2, 3. A lot of people seeing this uptrend, and I'm looking for the breakdown of this uptrend. It's got news on the day, just not really acting on it. It's got volume on the day. WHLR moved back down off of these levels. Got another little uptrend here. It needs to break down. All right, circle over 17%, pushing. Looks like it's going back for the 235.14 up here. And I'm pretty sure some people are watching this to short up here at the highs like this. Don't know if you're shorting on today, but yeah, definitely coming up here to the highs is looking quite tasty on circle. Or not just shorts. I wonder if there are options on this year. I know it IPO'd a couple of days ago, but there might, just hit a new high there. Just hit a new high. About to be the top of the hour in about 8 minutes on everything. NTCL made a full round trip. NTCL full round trip and about to go back under 2, so that's a no-go. WHLR invalidated this bottom. Well, not yet. It's got to actually close this candle and continue down, but only 20 cents away from the $7 breakdown at this point. Here we go again. Still holding up. So this bottom is 350, which we could use as a out, but it's been going flat for quite a while. So I'm wondering, like, let's look at the 15-minute real quick. This flatness here, consolidation here, has just been holding flat, 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 right? So I'm wondering, does it have the possibility of getting back over this 369? Is my question. Because it's tried it a couple of times and just not been able to do it. Kind of like that motion, but I'm wondering, I want to see it hold over it. hold over 369 and start kind of, you know, holding up. And we can use this bottom as an out down here, 350. There's the imaginary line that it just tried to touch. Didn't quite get a clip there. And right back under 369. So how many times has that been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times fell in there. Opening up below. $360s. Showing a little green. $369. Can you get a hold up here? And that'll be maybe a 10-cent risk down here to 358. But now it's showing red again. Question is, can it stay above the 350, 356 at this point? Can you stay above this level? Can we play you here? You're above 20%, but still functioning like a 20% struggler. Guess it's got to consolidate some more, huh? It's just been in this consolidation for so long. A lot of people, what, 11 million shares traded on it? Oh my goodness, Circle is up to 18%. Circle broke the highs and is up to 18%. 8 million shares traded on it. It may become the leader on the day for real. Go look back over here. 5 minutes until the top of the hour. And the news that we have on the day, the last news that we got was on Lucy. So we've seen Nvidia, Apple, Circle, Lucy. Circle is killing the game. Willer broke down a little bit, reclaimed, but yeah, with all this other competition, if Circle passes Willer, it probably will because it only needs 200,000 shares to do it. Whoa, 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 whoa! What you doing up here? You trying to get up again over at 370? Is that what we doing? You're holding a little bit. I like it. Can we make this a play? I'm gonna get in a little bit here. And I'm gonna use that 350 as an out. 25 something cents as it holds here. Get in. I'm in 100 shares. Looking for it to just grind higher over this 370 level. It's tried this multiple times. I'm looking for a move out of here. I got 150 shares and I have my out down here at 357. And as this thing squeezes up, I'm just going to continue to walk my stop up here as well. Multiple times trying to get out of here and just not giving us that break yet. It's got news on the day. I'm wondering, can it just walk up? Wow, there's a little bit of something going that way. So I just hold what I got, see if it holds. Coming back up to that level. Go ahead and enter a little bit there in a 200 shares. And we have a bottom here of 365. $33 loss right now will be coming back towards this 354 right now. Opening around this 369 again. And for a continued hold here. $11 million shares traded. Can you show us something over this 369? You've been here multiple times. I know there's shorts on top of this. But risking that 33 bucks down here to 350. Looks like more news just came in at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Was that news? No, that wasn't news. All right. You want to take 33 bucks from me? I'm cool with that. 350 is my out. Tried to get out of here. Let's see how many times now. 1, 2, 3, 4 times that it's tried to get out of here. I mean, major attempts, I guess you can call them. See that 375 start to hold. Hmm. $20 seconds left on this one. Little bottom here at 360. Just letting it play out. Just try to get down multiple times. I mean, if it's gonna go, cool, but definitely ready to slip the knot if I need to. And up there, needs to get back over the 370s. Point of control at 360s right now. Looking for back over the 65s. There's 66s. 360. Okay. Is it going to try the 369 again? another time trying to get out of here. 369s. Can we get back up here to 369 and start to hold? Trying to make its way on down, sitting on 20% right now. 365. Interesting. Open a new candle. Can we start making our way back over 365 for an ad? $360. Can I see $366? Nope. So as of right now, I mean, I'm super close to my entry. So 200 shares in, just letting it sit and play and see if we can get a pop on the open. $33 risk down here to the 350s. $11 million shares traded and you can't get up, huh? Okay, there's a 368. Still not completely trusting it. We'll see. Been a long consolidation and no releases over 370. There's 369. We start holding it up again. Add it there a little bit. 225 in. Looking for that 70 to hold up over these levels. $33 risk now at 356. Open up a little bit higher. Can we start pushing the limit of the 375s there? How many times has it been up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and no pushes through. Interesting. Interesting price action. All we need is a break over the 372s at this point. Where those buyers at? It's the whole 370. $11 million shares traded on it. Can we get a 370 pop? $369. Continued problem. Continued problem, child. Back over 368. Can we get some pushing? Nope. All right. $368. Are we gonna retry? Very thickly traded, headed towards 12 million shares. What we gonna do here? Can we try again? 369. Is that more news? AVAI. AVAI just popped up. What is this? Yeah, news. AVAI. Is that right? AVAI. Insider news commentary. What does that even mean? AVAI. Avent Technologies, press releases, Tech Talk, or no, tools that talk, scan, and save lives of reshaping. Okay, that's nothing. Okay. Oh, it's in a list. It's in a group of things that are trying to do something. All right, back over here to AIFF. This is how many times it's tried? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, all these times and like very minimal effort to continue. And it is holding up this level once again. Very tempted to take some. Uh-oh. Let's see what you do here. Your low was 365. Let's see how you close here. 369. Got about to close this 15-minute up here. Bottom of 365. My $33 loss is down here at 356. Okay, I likes that. I might add into this if I see some 71s, 72s. 7 seconds left on this candle. Okay. Multiple times being here, no squeezes. Being this thickly traded. So you're really not gonna be able to get over 370, huh? Add it right in there. Looking for that break over 370. Got 250 in. My $33 loss is down here at 357. Let's see what it can do here. Can it start breaking out of these highs of a 375? Nice. All right. So again, it is Friday, so we want to be grateful and definitely not wasteful. But yeah, $33 loss. I'm ready to hit it if it does slam down, but letting it play. So got my 250 order ready to go to get out if it can't hold up here. Let's try it multiple times today. We have a top up here, that other imaginary line that was up here at 390s. We'll see how that plays out. Thought it would be more shorts to get squeezed here. I mean, it's thickly traded, 12 million shares traded. Starting to become a little fight here. Let's see it break over the 380s. For me to make $100 on this, it will need to hit 411 up there. So this green line up here that's posted up here, it's $100. Can it reclaim that top level imaginary? Get back up to $4. Right there at that one, treating it as some type of resistance, looking for that break of that. There we go. Nice. All right. So let's see a break of it now. Don't play. Can we not get a break? All right. Well, get my stop back ready to go if it dives. And once we get to the open, I'll be able to actually place a stop order here. But at this point, I can't. But it hit our top imaginary line. I'm seeing if it can press that 12 million shares traded. Point of control still down here at 365. Okay, can we be grateful on Friday? Can we take if it breaks this level of the 80s? Take a little bit, not everything, but you know, just close up Friday with a little green. What was my entry? 370. Okay. 357 is where I'll be getting out. That 369 can't hold. Got about 10 minutes until the open. Hit that imaginary line, and I am ready. You want to play that game? I will jump. See if we can get bought back up over 75. Hold up that 69. Start treating it as support rather than resistance. 675. So we open up a little bit higher than it. Can we get some buyers in here above this level? Back up over 375. Now we just need to see 380 start to hold if possible. Get back over that high. All right, 377. So starting to walk up a little bit, which is cool, but yeah. Can't wait till I can put a stop in here. For sure. $380s. Can we start to hold that? 380 tap. Oh boy. 380s, you got this. It hit right on that imaginary line too, which is crazy. At this point, the other imaginary line is down here to 63, so we'll see how that does coming into the open. It's up 25% right now. Just looking for it to grind higher. $380s, man. Come on. Just jump across the 380s. You got this. Okay. So working its way further and further away from my stop, but I don't know if I trust it here. 15 minute looks okay, but man, those 380s would be heavenly. Start getting over that 378 again. Hmm. Or is it gonna be a 20% struggler on the day? It's gonna be very disappointing. Making a higher low there. I like that off of that 369. Okay. What does that mean though? Got about 6 minutes until the open. And I'll be able to place that stop out. See if it can just grind higher. It's 375 starting to look like they want to hold a little bit. 5 minutes to the open. Can we get a break? Break above 377. A little bit more volume coming in. I just seen that. Okay. Still trading above the point of control. So can we get some buying action through the top of 377? There's a little pop. Very small pop. Come on, big boy. 369s continue to hold a little bit. Okay. You want to break down? We're ready to go. What you trying to do? Can you make it down here to 358? You need to see back over 375s if possible. 370 check in. Can it get back over 373? Okay, coming down to the bottom side of this imaginary line there. And back to 22%. All right, so you want to be a 20% struggler. We ready to get out? 2 minutes. Can it get back over 369 and hold? So it came down to my imaginary line, but I'm ready to get out at 350 if it can't do anything here. Hmm. $370 is all we needed to see. One minute left. Can we get back over 369s? Stop right at that imaginary line. Is it going to be a 3-bar play to the downside, though? Looks like it is. Throwing a wick down there. Okay. It's like I might be able to add to this if it keeps playing like this. 33 seconds. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Can we see 68s? Added a little bit there. 260 in. Adding a little bit more. Looking for these bottoms to hold up. 359. So let me get that ready. 270. 359. So this bottom down here, 350. Want to see you stay above that 350 level. Did not put my order out. What just happened? Where's my 350? Oh, I'm gonna extend it. Day trade. 350. $350 is slapped in there. We got 270 shares traded on this, and the bottom side 363. All right, so we're gonna let it do its thing. If it wants to fail out, okay, but I want to look for higher lows here if it can. We do have a top side up here of almost $4 now. And at this point, I'm gonna move up to 360. Oh, I put in 250. Okay. So 360 is gonna be my out for now. And if it fails, oh well, we'll get on down. Yep, do your thing. I'll get out at 60. You better believe it. It's got to pop back up to 70s. $66, $67. Can we get the 70s back up? Okay, small 70, but still a little bit bearish. Yep, all right, might stop me out here. I'm gonna have 20 shares left that I'm gonna need to dump out of here too. Yep, got out 33, holding 20 shares. And I might go ahead and get out of those too. So the bottom down here is 357. That I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop order out, 357. For 20 shares, didn't want to hold up. So that's 32 bucks. Wanted to see it hold in this level here. May have to give it some time because it is a little bit higher float, so you know the grind was possible. But down 32 bucks. Maybe it wants to continue. We will stop out on the bottom of this 358. Okay, right down to my out. You gonna hit it? Top side 364. Okay. Like the way you're holding it. I might add back. See you close like this. You're right at 20%. You're a 20% struggler though. That's gonna be hard for me to get back in on. WHLR did end up going up. Yeah, it's a 20% struggler. Let's go look at WHLR. WHLR drawing in, and it took back the first place on today as far as volume goes. So yeah, that happened. All right, little buddy. You want to play back over? You want to try this again, buddy? You gonna grind hard for me? Why enter? Enter the stop, my boy. I'm gonna place a stop down there under this one. We're up to 270 shares, and the bottom is 359. So 270, 359. Yeah, I got stopped, but it is what it is. Let's say bottom 250, 360. Okay, so giving it another go on this one. 357. Oh boy, got stopped, came back up. Can we continue higher over this 377? Or are you going to be a real 20% struggler? Looks like it wants to be a real life 20% struggler. All right. So another 30 bucks will be 357 breakdown. Gave it a chance. Gave it 2 chances here. Just could not get anything. Can we get over 60s? We cannot. It's going to stop me out here for another 30. Yep. Super close to being out. There it is. All right, another 30 bucks. And let me get out of the last 20 shares. So that's 2 losers on the same stock. I'm not trading this one again. So 66 bucks. It is what it is on a Friday. All right. Let's go look at Lucy. Gave it twice for it to come up and get me on in there. Lucy, you was a partnership news. I really wasn't interested in that. But yeah, became a 20% struggler. This one never did pop up on my scans, actually. I just saw it on the news radar and pulled it over. So Circle did become a short, moved from 235 down here to 212. But yeah, that's pretty much how I make sure my risk is managed, you know. Risk a little 33 bucks, you know, I'm down 60 on the day, but just like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And that one's done for me. And I don't want to trade Lucy. I don't really see anything else that I want. Let me go ahead and import these trades. You said MITQ at 87 cents. I see that now. Let me see. I'm importing my trades real quick. See where we're leaving off on the week. There we go. All right, so trades over here looking like gave that one 2 times. Wait, where is it? What did I just trade? Lucy? Did it not? I mean, not Lucy. I traded AIFF. Did it not bring it over? 20th. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, there it is. I was about to say it too, y'all. All right, so we got 2 trades on this one. So gave back about half of my profit from the 18th. Looking at the calendar, so we had 3, boom, boom, and then a 66. One of the things I did do is I cut it. I went ahead and followed the risk management. Last time I did not follow that, and it just took me on down with it. So this time, followed the risk management, got out with the $33 loss because my average winners are gonna be more than that anyway. So I'm okay with that. And then put in 1 trade. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't sell the whole position. I was still holding 20 when I got back in. Okay. But that is what it is. We're still sitting up nice on this month. Nice on this month. Did bring down my profit loss ratio a little bit from 3.35 to 1 to 3 to 1. So that's okay. The catalyst on this one, I need to, what was that catalyst again? AIFF, and this one never even popped on my scan, so this one was kind of an outlier anyway. Shares trading higher after the company announced a breakthrough Alzheimer's detection using combined EEG and ERP. So let's go to mark this up. First thing is, this was not on my scan. So mistake, not on scan. Scan pulled from news. So we'll add that one. And we will go over here to AIFF and say, hey, what was my mistake? Not on the scan. Not on scan, pull from news. And then it was a 20% struggler as well. Is that already 20%? Let's just say 20% struggler. I add that. %20 struggler. Struggler. Whoa. Struggler, bam. All right, add that to that one. So that was a secondary mistake. Add mistake, 20% struggler. All right, so 2 mistakes added there. Lost about 12 cents overall on that. So let me see. Got in by yeah, so about 12 cents on both of those trades. But it is what it is. All right. Well, we've seen, we've seen, we did not conquer. But managed risk on a thing that did have catalyst. The only problem was it never did meet scanner criteria to pop up here. So it is what it is. Lucy continue to pile up, but I'm not interested in a partnership. But yeah, that's it for me today. Closing the week green. Following the risk management, you know, $30 and $30, cool. I can make it back on next week with something that's actually following every part of what I look for. I guess one win is I followed the strat to get out though. Because if I didn't, let's look at where it is now. Look at that. Where would I be? So if I didn't follow that $33 risk, I would be down. My first entry was around this 360 level. 370 actually. 370 was my risk. So that would be down 370 minus 330s or 325. That's a 45-cent loss. So on my first position, which was what 225, 225 times that 45-cent loss would have been $101. And then my second trade, which was 270, around the same level, times 0.45 would have been $121. So I would have been sitting down about $221 if I kept holding both of those trades, so I didn't sell anything. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay on that one. But yeah, that's it for me today. I gotta jump off here. And oh my goodness, yeah, I am late. All right, gotta jump off here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, keep your head on the swivel. It is Friday, so you know it is what it is. As always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.